Hello everybody, I am back with another video. As you can see by the title of this video and by everything surrounding me, these are all of the games that I picked up in the month of July. Now, I actually spent a very minimal amount of money on all of this, surprisingly, because most of this stuff I got on GameTeasy. And almost every video I get, several private messages and comments asking what is the site, name that I go to trade games on. I'll be posting the link at the bottom of my videos from now on because it seems to be a common question people want to know about this site. And I actually did a video, if you go back, explaining everything about the site. So if you want to go check that out, you can as well. But I have a lot to get through. Some of the stuff I'll be talking about, a lot of the stuff I'm actually just going to be kind of going through and just showing you guys the actual game. So first off, we have Theatrhythm Final Fantasy. Guys, this is seriously the greatest fan service for a franchise of games that I've ever seen, and I couldn't have asked for anything more from Square Enix. This game is absolutely brilliant, and honestly makes me want to go back and play all of the Final Fantasy games. Really good friend of mine, B-Ball Nick, 1985 I believe is his username, recently did a video of then and now Final Fantasy, and he basically went through each of the Final Fantasy games, talked about his experiences, or lack thereof, of every game in the series. I've played such a small number of the Final Fantasy main numbered series of games, it's almost pathetic. And this is a lot of encouragement to go back and play some of those games because this is a rhythm game that features music from all of those games from Final Fantasy 1 to 13. And it's just so much fun, really interesting character designs, or like these little mini avatars, and great graphics, and a lot of actual in-game footage in some of the sequences within this rhythm game, where you actually get to see footage from each of the games. It's really cool. If you haven't had a chance to pick this up yet, I strongly encourage you to do so. There's an unbelievable amount of replay value in this game, and is well worth the $40 price tag at the moment. Now, getting into more of the games I traded on GameTeasy. The first thing we have here, actually I want to pair this with another game here. I've never played any of the Trauma Center games, but they're games by Atlas where you're basically a doctor, from what I understand, and you perform surgery. And, I think it's a nice game for the Wii with the motion controls, but I think it's almost, created and designed for the Nintendo DS. It almost just seems like the perfect game to use touch controls for, to kind of perform surgery. It's almost like, it reminds me of that game Operation, that board game, if you guys have ever played that. But these look like really interesting games. I've heard they're pretty challenging, but I love the character art here. It looks very reminiscent of the Persona series. So if you guys have played any of the Trauma Center games, let me know. But I have Second Opinion here and Trauma Center Under the Knife for the Nintendo DS. So really looking forward to playing those games. I haven't had a chance to play those yet. A PSP game that was actually a launch title, I believe. Many people really enjoy this game. I know Pete Dorr is incredibly fond of this game, and that is Luminous. A really interesting puzzle game. It looks like an interesting take on Tetris, with some definitely unique twists, and maybe has its own nice little tweaks to that game. Really interesting. I haven't played it yet, but I got this super cheap on GameTeasy from a trade, so really looking forward to playing that as well. And then we have a nice bundle of Gamecube games. My Gamecube collection is essentially non-existent because back when I think I traded in all of my Gamecube stuff to get an Xbox, regrettably. But I'm getting some more games in the collection, so that's really nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and go through these. We have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Battle Nexus. Now this looks like a really nice throwback to the old school beat 'em ups that you saw in the Super Nintendo days. So. And it's by Konami, so that's, decent enough encouragement to, at least pop this in and give it a try. So, if you guys have played this game, let me know, but it definitely looks really interesting. The graphics, again, look very reminiscent of maybe Turtles in Time for the Super Nintendo. The next game we have here is Beautiful Joe. Also, I believe a side-scrolling beat-em-up by Capcom. I played a demo of this a long time ago, before it had come out. And you're this little guy, and it's very comic book influenced, the graphical art style, and just all these little, catchphrases that pop up when you punch people. It's like boom, boom, pow, all these crazy things. But really interesting graphics, and unbelievably challenging from what I remember. But I haven't played the actual retail copy of the game, so if you have played this, let me know. Ultimate Spider-Man. This looks a lot like Spider-Man 2. I believe it is open world, encourages exploration, has a lot of side missions. So if that's the case, really looking forward to giving this a try because Spider-Man 2 is still to this day one of my favorite superhero games of all time. And looking forward to giving Ultimate Spider-Man a try. Next we have, what is this one here? Oh yeah, Barney's Adventures in Dino Land, featuring Star Fox. No, I'm just kidding. Star Fox Adventures. Originally not even supposed to be a Star Fox game, but then they slapped the Star Fox name onto it. I've never played this, but it definitely looks like they really kind of just essentially, you know, threw Star Fox into a game that had nothing to do with Star Fox. But it is by Rare, and, you know, I know there is kind of a niche following to this game. So if that's the case, I'm sure I'm going to enjoy it at least a little bit. All of the Star Fox characters are there, so hopefully I can get some enjoyment out of this one. Next, we have a game that many people praise on the Gamecube, and I don't believe I've played any games in the series beyond Maximum Velocity for the Game Boy Advance, and that is F-Zero GX for the Gamecube. I know a lot of people love this game, so if you've played it, let me know. But again, I haven't had a chance to play this yet, so really looking forward to popping this into my Wii and giving it a try. And then actually, I just got this last night when I got off work. They had the second version of the game too there for really cheap, but I was just blown away that they had this for $10, and that is Pokemon Coliseum. Guys, this is the closest iteration of a Pokemon game and the handheld style of play that you're going to see on a console. You know, we haven't seen a handheld-like release on consoles yet, but Pokemon Coliseum is the closest you're going to get, I believe. So I really love this game. A lot of people give it a lot of hate, but I really do enjoy it. And I have not played XD Gale of Darkness, the sequel to this game, but they had it there as well for $14.99, which was a great deal, but I just figured I'd wait on it for a while because I don't even know when I'm going to get a chance to play this, but I was really happy to find this and secure my copy because I had it back in the day and I unfortunately sold it. And, you know, going along with my recent kick to play Final Fantasy games, on GameTeasy, someone offered me a copy of Final Fantasy X Black Label. It is in excellent condition, so, you know, I'm hoping to give this a nice try soon. You know, I may just wait until we see the HD version on the PS3, but if not, you know, I'm looking forward to giving this a try. Now, this game here it's actually pretty interesting because someone contacted me that I had sports cards listed on my available listings on GameTeasy. And he was really interested in my sports cards, and I was like, seriously, dude, I will give you any cards you want. Just let me know what you have, and we can work out a trade, because I don't collect sports cards anymore, and they have little to no value attached to them at the moment. So I really wasn't worried about giving up some sports cards for a game. And he was really, really kind, and he let go of his copy of the Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary Edition for the Xbox 360. I really, really enjoyed the first Halo game. It actually had my favorite Halo campaign out of all of the games, and it had my favorite multiplayer maps as well. So I'm really very happy to get this back in the collection in an HD form, and I'm looking forward to playing through that campaign once again. And I guess I'll go ahead and break in, and I got two things from Best Buy's summer blowout deal. They really didn't have much that I was too interested in. I was planning on picking up Steel Diver and Pilot Wings for $4.99 a piece, but unfortunately I waited until Monday to go out to the store, and they had already sold out of both of those games. So I did manage to pick up two things. The first thing I got was Assassin's Creed Revelations. I haven't played Brotherhood yet, but it really doesn't really matter to me because from the moment the first game ended, I had no idea what was going on in the story, and I pretty much just turned off my brain as I played through the second game. And I really do enjoy the games. They're absolutely amazing. I mean, so much fun just running around assassinating people, climbing these buildings, and then jumping off and skydiving into, I was about to say yarn, hay. You know, it's a lot of fun. But the story is completely beyond my understanding. So, Assassin's Creed Revelations, I believe you play as both Altair and Ezio, maybe, in this game. I'm not even 100% sure. But I'm looking forward to assassinating some people, climbing some buildings, and using that little crazy blade to just jab people in the neck. So good stuff there. And then on Blu-ray, I picked up Batman Beyond: The Return of Joker. I'm hoping to get Batman Beyond the complete series on Amazon soon, but I'm waiting for a price drop on that. Now we have a stack of N64 games, and kind of funny, you're only going to see wrestling games here. This guy traded just an entire stack of N64 games to me, and they were all wrestling games, which I was excited to get because, okay, today I would never, ever, you couldn't pay me to pick up a wrestling game on like the Xbox 360 or PlayStation. But the N64 days, these games were where it was at. I'm telling you, you guys need to pick up some of these wrestling games. They are an absolute blast to play through. And just beat the crap out of people in this giant ring. It's just so much fun. So let me know which some of your favorites are. I remember playing these games back in the day with my cousin, but I don't remember which ones were good and which ones were just average. So the first one we have here is Backstage Assault. WCW/NWO Revenge. These games are just ridiculous, the titles. Oh, this actually isn't a wrestling game. This is another one. We're going to hold off on that. WrestleMania 2000. WF Attitude Get It! Exclamation point. Whatever that's supposed to mean. That's actually not a racing game either. WCW versus NWO World Tour. And then we have two games, racing games here. Two of my favorites on the N64. We have Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, another excellent gem on the N64. And one of my personal favorites that Metal Jesus Rocks has recently discovered, which is just an awesome game. Really enjoyed playing this game back in the day. Beetle Adventure Racing, also another hidden gem on the N64 that you guys must play. So we have an original Game Boy game here as well. Not in the best of condition, it's definitely seen probably better days, but it works, and that's really all I'm concerned about. The Simpsons Bart vs. the Juggernauts. I love these side-scrolling platformers on the Game Boy and the NES. I love just that 8-bit style of music and just you know, the crazy challenge and just, I don't know, they're just so much fun. I enjoy them. So happy to get that as well. All right, so moving right along here, we have the Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days strategy guide. I was able to get this in a Game TC trade as well. Still in really nice condition. I don't know if I'll ever go back to this game. This is more just for collecting purposes because you guys know I'm a Kingdom Hearts fanatic. And speaking of Kingdom Hearts, Dream Drop Distance releases today. Go out and get your copy, you guys. Shameless plug. My unboxing of the Mark of Mastery Edition will be coming soon. I have something special planned for that, so please stay tuned. But 358 over 2 days guide, was happy to get that. And then that guy also threw in, he had like 15 of these, so I was really happy to get this. This is the Final Fantasy 13 promo book. It is basically like a very mini strategy guide that I believe they were giving out at GameStop up until the game's release. So that was really cool to get this in really nice condition. And now we have 3 wonderful boxed N64 games to show you guys. The first one we have here, I've never played this game, but Metal Jesus Rocks actually recently showed this in his Hidden Racing Gems. And that is Mickey USA Speedway. Or Mickey Speedway USA, however you want to pronounce it. It is basically like a Mario Kart-esque game with Disney characters. So I really enjoyed, what was it, Disney's Magical Racing Tour, World Tour or whatever on the PlayStation 1. That was really fun. So I'm hoping that this game retains that same charm. Really nice, you know, music and just fun characters. And nice courses as well. So to get this box, I was really happy about that. And then we have one of my personal favorite games on the N64, Donkey Kong 64. You guys saw that I recently got the strategy guide in my last pickups video, so I'm thrilled to have gotten another copy of this so that I can finally play it again. The final game here is Perfect Dark, my personal favorite game on the Nintendo 64. If you're a fan of GoldenEye and haven't played this game, there's probably something wrong with you. No offense, but this game took everything GoldenEye did and completely blew it out of the water. Honestly, I mean, I couldn't believe the number of unique guns that you could use in this game. I mean, there's a gun that you can literally see through walls and snipe people through the walls. It's insane. And then there's a gun called the laptop gun. You can literally throw on the wall, and it opens up as a laptop, and just like, it's like a machine gun, a turret, and it shoots people. I mean, it was just unbelievable how unique and creative Rare was back in the day, and just an unbelievable game that they crafted here, and it's such a shame that they didn't do justice with the Xbox 360 launch game, Perfect Dark. I really didn't enjoy that game much, and I hope that Rare revisits Perfect Dark, and we'll see a proper Perfect Dark, hopefully in the near future. Whether it be for the next generation consoles or not, I don't know. But this is an absolute wonderful game, and the multiplayer especially is just completely unmatched on the Nintendo 64. And even to this day, I'd be, I would almost say that there's not a multiplayer game to this day that I've had as much fun with as I did with Perfect Dark here. It's just so great. And then the final thing I wanted to show you guys is something that my buddy Chesley sent me. It's this really, really awesome card. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's like literally this jet that like comes out of the card. And then on the back here, he drew, I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's, okay, you guys can't really. He drew like a little thing of Ponyo, the main characters from the game. Now, I pre-ordered him the Witch of Wizardry, the Ni no Kuni Special Edition, I'm sorry. It wasn't available for pre-order in Canada, so he asked me and I offered to purchase that for him, and I'm going to send it his way once it releases next year in January. So, as a thanks, he sent me the money for it, and he sent me this really, really awesome card. So, Chesley, I really appreciate that, buddy. So thank you for that. Alright guys, another pickup video that has gone far too long. Thank you guys for watching. Go pick up your copies of Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance on the Nintendo 3DS. Let me know what you guys have been playing recently, what you guys have picked up recently. Thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for my special Kingdom Hearts Mark of Mastery Edition 3DS unboxing.